Imagine changing the entire world and dying completely alone. No money, no family, no company with your name on it. Just a tiny, depressing hotel room in New York, filled with wild pigeons. But decades earlier, the exact same man had terrified the most powerful billionaires in America. They called him insane, dangerous, a fraud. Yet, look around you right now. The lights in your room, your smartphone, Wi-Fi, modern factories, and the power grid keeping your city alive. All of it exists because this one man dared to dream it. This isn't a boring history lesson. This is a story of betrayal, madness, and corporate greed. This is the story of the genius they tried to erase from existence. This is Nikola Tesla. Our story begins on a pitch-black night in 1856. In a tiny village called Smiljan, a terrifying lightning storm was tearing the sky apart. Legend says the midwife, terrified by the thunder, told Tesla's mother, "This child will be a child of darkness." But his mother replied, "No, he will be a child of light." Tesla was not a normal kid. He wasn't rich or popular. In fact, he suffered from a strange condition that doctors couldn't explain. He would see blinding flashes of light in his mind, followed by vivid visual images. He didn't need paper and a pen to design his inventions. He could build an entire machine with all its gears and motors completely inside his head. He would turn the machine on in his imagination, let it run for weeks, and then check it again in his mind to see which part was wearing out. Instead of calling him a genius, people thought he was crazy. His own father, a strict priest, pressured him to join the church and live a normal life. But Tesla had only one obsession: understanding the energy of the universe. When he caught cholera and almost died, he made a deal with his father. "I will recover if you let me study engineering." The father agreed to save his life, and the spark that changed the world was lit. In 1884, Tesla stepped onto the shores of America. He had almost nothing: 4 cents in his pocket, a few poems, and a single letter of recommendation addressed to the most famous inventor and businessman in the world, Thomas Edison. The letter was written by Edison's business partner in Europe, and it said something incredible. "My dear Edison, I know 2 great men in this world. You are one, and the other is this young man standing before you." At first, Tesla looked up to Edison as a hero, but the shock came quickly. The 2 men lived in completely different worlds. Edison was a practical businessman who relied on hard work, trial, and error. He would try 10,000 different wires just to see which one would glow. Tesla was a theoretical genius who saw mathematical laws in his mind and designed machines to work perfectly on the first try. Edison looked down on the skinny immigrant, but he decided to use Tesla's incredible brain to fix his company's biggest problems. Edison's entire empire relied on direct current electricity to light up New York, but DC was weak, inefficient, and couldn't travel more than 1 kilometer without needing another massive power station. Edison walked up to Tesla and made a promise that changed history. "If you can redesign my DC generators and improve their efficiency, I will give you a $50,000 bonus." $50,000 back then was a massive fortune, worth millions of dollars today. Tesla didn't sleep. He worked night and day, destroying his health. And in the end, he did it. He completely redesigned the system and saved Edison millions. When Tesla walked into Edison's office to ask for his money, Edison looked at him coldly, laughed, and said, "Tesla, you just don't understand American humor." Instead of the fortune, he offered him a tiny raise of a few dollars a week. Tesla felt completely humiliated. He quit that very day. Because Edison controlled the market and had massive power, Tesla found himself jobless, broke, and homeless. Think about this. One of the greatest minds in human history was carrying heavy tools and digging ditches in the streets of New York for $1 a day just to survive. But genius cannot be buried in a ditch. Tesla met a smart businessman named George Westinghouse, who believed in Tesla's revolutionary idea: alternating current. AC power could travel thousands of miles over thin wires at a very low cost. This invention was a death sentence for Edison's expensive DC empire, and so began the War of the Currents, one of the dirtiest tech wars in history. Edison launched a terrifying smear campaign against Tesla. He organized public events where he would take stray dogs and cats and publicly electrocute them using Tesla's AC current to prove it was dangerous. He even helped invent the electric chair for executions using AC power, just to convince mothers that Tesla's current would kill their children inside their homes. The newspapers called Tesla the dangerous mad scientist, but Tesla didn't fight back with words or insults. He responded with science. In 1893, the World's Fair was held in Chicago. It was the biggest event on Earth, and Edison and Tesla competed for the contract to light up the fair. Tesla and Westinghouse won because their bid was half the price of Edison's. Edison was confident that Tesla would fail publicly. Out of spite, Edison even banned the use of his patented light bulbs at the fair. But Tesla simply invented a brand new type of light bulb in no time. On opening night, in front of millions of people, the switch was flipped. Suddenly, the night turned into day. Millions of light bulbs glowed at the exact same moment. The crowd gasped. Some people fell to their knees, thinking it was dark magic or a miracle. Tesla didn't stop there. He stood on stage, passing millions of volts of AC electricity through his own body to light up glass bulbs in his hands without getting hurt. He proved to the world, "My current is safe, and my current is the future." That night, the War of the Currents ended. Tesla won, and Edison lost. After this success, Tesla became very wealthy, but he never cared about money. He literally tore up his contract with Westinghouse, which would have made him the world's first billionaire, just to save his friend's company from bankruptcy and to keep AC power cheap for humanity. Then, Tesla started working on his most insane project yet, the Wardenclyffe Tower. Tesla's goal wasn't just to send wireless communications. He wanted to shoot electrical energy through the air to any place on Earth completely for free. Imagine free electricity for every human being without a single wire. When his main investor, the billionaire J.P. Morgan, found out, he asked Tesla one simple question that changed everything. "If anyone can get free electricity from the air, where do I put the meter to sell it to them?" When Morgan realized he couldn't make a profit from Tesla's free energy, he cut off all funding immediately, and the tower was later destroyed. It was better for big corporations to keep energy paid, and the genius who wanted to free humanity was now threatening the profits of the elite. The world moved on without Tesla. Other inventors stole his patents. Marconi stole the radio from Tesla and won a Nobel Prize for it, before the courts corrected it after Tesla's death. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla took his last breath in room 3327 at the New Yorker hotel. He died alone, broke, surrounded only by the pigeons he loved. As soon as his death was announced, FBI agents raided his room. They seized all his notebooks and boxes containing secret research on death, rays, and wireless energy. Some of these files remain classified to this day. Tesla died poor in a hotel room, but he left us a planet that glows in the dark of space because of him. Maybe the most powerful people in history aren't the ones with the money and the fame, shouting in the media. Maybe they are the quiet ones, who smile when people laugh at them and keep digging ditches until they change the world forever. If you loved this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments, do you think the world purposely destroyed Tesla to protect the profits of the rich?